Hey guys, ARCHMAN here. Do a little review over the SwissTool Spirit. Alright, so basically guys, owned a lot of Leathermans, owned a few Gerbers, stuff like that. I lost my Leatherman charge, no, what was it? Oh, it was a wave recently, and I was going to replace it with another, or with the charge tie, and was it just to get regular outdoor store with a friend of mine, like about a month ago. Been carrying this for at least a month, and saw the SwissTool and thought I would check it out, and just immediately was struck by how well this tool is made. Looking at pictures and maybe even some of these reviews online just simply can't do it justice. First of all, the thing is kind of ugly, but it's kind of like a Spyderco, where once you own it and start using it, it no longer appears weird or unsightly. Just kind of the way the handles come out like that is not that cool looking, kind of like more, I don't know, symmetry and just a nicer package. But obviously the reason for it is to make the handle more comfortable, and it certainly does that. Not that like the Wave or the Charge or anything like that is uncomfortable, but it certainly does a great job of making the pliers just more like a regular pair of pliers, and less like a compromised multi-tool version. So, but anyhow, what really struck me right off the bat was how nice the tools kind of just flow in and out of the handle. You can just tell, easily tell, that each tool is far better made than the Leatherman tool is. Like, these tools, each one is made like a dedicated tool. I mean, like just the fit and sharpening, and it's almost like the tools themselves, are certainly more catered to use. Not sure how else to say that, but they just feel, each tool is a lot more like just useful overall, and the way they come in and out of the handle is really nice. One thing that you wouldn't think is that useful, but it actually turns out it's really useful, is having all the tools accessible without opening the pliers. You can just pull this out of the pouch, and open a tool. It doesn't seem that great or useful, but it really is. And it shines as far as that goes. Just overall function of each tool is far superior, in my opinion, to the Leatherman. If you really feel like you need the one-handed opening knife, you might want to go for a Leatherman, but I don't need that. I can just open the blade and use it as such. The ergonomics, and look how the blade kind of sweeps out like that, is a really nice design. One thing that really, probably the first thing I looked at when I got this, there at the shop, when I had it in my hand, was just the blade. I just kind of looked at it, and it's just really obvious, especially if you're a knife person, that this blade is finished and machined far better than the Leatherman's blades. they just kind of crank those things out, man, you know. And this one, it's you know, it's a Swiss Army knife, and it's just exactly like what you would get on any of the Victorinox Swiss Army knives, you know. That's just a really thin, very nice hollow ground blade, and with a blade finished that well, you know, it probably is something like 440C, but it's not going to matter that much, because you know how easy it is going to be to sharpen this thing. I mean, it's almost like a zero grind, you know. It's so well done, you know. The edge, I mean, if you can see that, there's like barely any steel taken off of the edge, and you're going to find that translates to easier sharpening and just far better usability, you know. The blades on the Leathermans that I've owned and seen, and that I have friends that have, the grind is really thick, the edge is really thick, you know, and you just have to take off a lot more steel, and just the function of it is going to be slightly less because of that thicker grind and all these things, you know. Not a whole lot less, but less. Oh no. Biloxi, Mississippi. I don't know anybody from there. Okay. Not a huge fan of Velcro. This has a Velcro closure on it, but overall the case is super nice. The little pouch, super nice. It's a case, all right, and it works. It's kind of small, you know. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your life. You're not gonna hit your elbow on it on your belt or anything like that. I don't really feel the need to go over all the tools, but obviously the scissors are really nice. I'm not a big fan of the little scissors on the Wave. This has this crazy, what would you call it? Just some kind of chisel scraper thing on it. This tool is awesome. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I have a feeling any kind of electrical work or wires, stuff like that, which I do a lot of when I'm in the wintertime in my little cabin with limited electricity and pretty much no electricity, and doing a lot of things for myself. But yeah, and look, I mean, the Phillips, I mean, it might not have switchable bits and all that stuff. This thing is freaking bomber looking, you know. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of excited about the tool here. Now it is all riveted together, but the rivets are super nice. I mean, the fit and finish on them is perfect and ideal, and I seriously doubt there'll be any problem with it. Quality control, at least on this example, is just over the top, you know. It has your standard Swiss Army knife type saw on it, which Leatherman has kind of taken and started using also. So probably not a huge difference there, but it is really nice, you know. The teeth go all the way to the end, which I like a lot. All the tools lock. There's a nice little locking mechanism here. Doesn't get in the way or anything. So yeah, file, super nice. Even has a little metal saw on the end, on the edge there, and then coarse and not so coarse files. But I like it. I also don't like how the new charge has the crimper on it. It's just ridiculous. Why would you want that? It has 2 separate notches for different sizes of wire on there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. But very nice. Pliers are finished incredibly well. Just this tool is the best multi-tool I've ever owned. I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit. Thanks for watching, and palabra a tu madre.